gets taken down on the play, no call made. Pops out to the blue line. Picked up here by Giuliano. Giuliano gets fluttered out of the play. Oh, and a backhanded shot and a score by number 11, Colin Wall.
Working around the end board, down deflecting off the side that only gets as far as the blue line. Fire back in! Right up into the play. Now again, another shot by Hogus. He fires one, heading off the ice. A big hit down in the corner there between Barrett and a score! Right off the hit. The kick scores! CJ LeClaire ties it! His shot saved by Schroeder. Slap around, shot, score! Chances with the puck for a second, fires, it goes right inside, right in front of his score! On the power play, Josie hits the back. Who has lost his stick in the process, they fire at him. Hang on to your hats, folks. It's 3-2 with 1 second.
And it's picked up again here and fired in by Moretti. The Hendricken offense. And deep blue line, record Wester.
He makes the save, and it comes back out for DeSano. DeSano works through, and he has it into the goal. A backcourt Gypsy 2, and
McKenzie fires one on save by Carr. 24 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 5-10 remaining in the play. There's a shot and a score. Short-handed by Ollie.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Hamish regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted, and it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons, no shot on goal! Right over the top. Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Hamish regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted, and it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons, no shot on goal!
Good evening and welcome to Game 2 of action here on Fans Only Sports Network. It is Rhode Island High School boys soccer time between the Cranston West Falcons and the Hope Blue Wave. Matt Gillis in the broadcast booth with you this evening as we conclude a doubleheader day. The Falcons girls soccer team a 4-1 victory over the Coventry Oakers earlier this afternoon. A hat trick in the first half of that game by Julia Robbins, and then they added one for extra insurance in the second half. A couple of goals scoring opportunities that could have easily gone in, hitting off of the crossbar and just over the crossbar, kept the game at 4-1, what could have easily been a 7 or 8-1 victory. But all things being said, Falcons pick up their 6th win of the season, 6-2-1 on the season now. The boys team enter in at 3-1-1, and they take on the Hope Blue Wave at 0-6. Falcons in the red jerseys with the white stripes to your broadcast right. Hope in the all-white kit with blue numbers. In goal for the Falcons should be the usual starter, number 1, Angelo Izzy. It's Eric Cortez Castro in net for the Blue Wave. As the referees get all things particular settled, Hope over top of the ball, and that's Dylan De La Roca out there with Julian Orlana, and we are underway as the Blue Wave try to settle that one back defensively. It's going to go onto the foot of Kyle Fay. Fay sends it right across, a shot and a score early on. So the Falcons put one in just 20 seconds into the books, and it's already 1-0. That's a way to assert your dominance from the beginning. And the Falcons, quick start off the foot of Jordan Thibodeau. Hope will try to come back from that one if they can. Here's Reyes Perez into the backside line. Comes across. That will land onto the foot of Chicas. To the outside touchline. It's kept in by Orlana. Julian Orlana, the freshman, number 10. Brother Douglas Orlana, wearing number 4. Both of them in the starting lineup. It's controlled by Reyes Perez. Taken off by the midfield of Cranston. Moved forward here. Held up for a second by Morales. For Fay. Back across for Thibodeau. And to the outside touchline. Moved forward here. Trying to turn off of it was the Cranston forward tandem. And Fay sends that one forward onto the foot of Cavallaro. Cavallaro goes crossing, and it just evaded the outstretched toes of DeFazio. Back into the backfield, controlled by Frias. Evans works that one on the outside line. Back to the center for Thibodeau, and he is immediately taken off of the ball by Orlana. And then it comes back once again to the center back position. Raspallo works it forward. Tapped free, and that one will settle in and be scooped up by Cortez Castro. If you are just tuning in, it was a quick start for the Falcons. Thibodeau, 20 seconds into the game, put the Falcons on the board 1-0, and they go again. Here is Cavallaro is charging hard on the byline, comes back up to the 18, sends that one across for Evans, and he cannot get a full boot on it, and it will be shepherded out of bounds by the Blue Wave defense. Inside for Evans, and he will send that one back out. A second Falcons throw in down deep in the final third. Long throw here into the 6, drops in front, cannot be controlled. Hope is trying to get that one outside if they can. Moving it along is Alvarez. Alvarez sends it up through the line. Comes off of the touchline and then is moved back by Thibodeau. Falcons will switch field here. They go to Thibodeau in the center, and then he takes it back out to the near side touchline. Picked up and then moved across. Coming in as they were trying to release Evans up the center, and they are unable to get the ball through. It goes off of a Hope defender. Back again, Evans. Glancing header coming off of Fay. And it's into the mitts of Cortez Castro. Boots that one to the center of the pitch. Fay, as that one's tapped forward. Orlana works in the center with Reyes Perez. Trying to advance forward for Do Rosario. And Thibodeau driving through the center himself. He's taken off of the ball. Comes back for control of it. Samiami works forward. Long crossing ball, and it goes wide of the post. Looked to be Raspallo in a forward marking position. Actually, check that as Raspallo's back. We'll see who the forward. Cranston has switched their formation already, as Thibodeau has dropped back into a false 5. The outside here for Mason O'Shea. He battles 1v1 with Delaran Uzaria. Dorosario. Moved in for Fay, who will work that one through the center back position and come out on the opposite side for Morales. Gets poked off of his foot by Orlana, and so it will be a throw-in for the Falcons. Be settled. And offside called as well. In front was Cavallaro, as they were going across to him. Today's game is brought to you by Second Time Around Sports, located at 453 Atwood Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Second Time Around Sports, Rhode Island's largest selection of sporting goods. By Manny's Sports, located at 1725 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island, now reopened Wednesday through Saturday. For more information, visit mannysports.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 60,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign up for your profile today, featuring an all-new fall special of just $199 for the first 12 months of service. Roughly 3,000 soccer coaches at the NCAA Division 1, 2, and 3 level, part of that coaches database accessible for athletes that are a part of RR Elite Recruits. 32 and change left to go here in the first half. We thank you for tuning in this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. Long boot here from Izzy. Got that one all the way to the center circle. Moved forward by Fay. And comes back in an obstruction call there. And Douglas Orlana will have an opportunity. They sit here waiting for a free kick. Chipped up high. Izzy will be able to get right to it and make the save. Taking his time on the punt and then finally sending one long all the way back into the center of the pitch. That one is then ping-ponged around through a few players, and it comes back finally settled by Fay. This one flickers its way into the final third. Having to be very careful there to come out was Cortez Castro. Samiami works through the center. Racing for it on the outside line and trying to get to it was DeFazio. He has control of it through. DeFazio in the box, and it goes just wide of Cavallaro. Second opportunity left in open space, this time going to the right side post. Cavallaro unable to get there. Long boot. Tapped down. Finally controlled by Hope. Reyes Perez. Dropped it off for a second for Chicas. And then Samiami comes back into the middle. Trickles outside on the touchline. Mason O'Shea trying to get there, and he is unable to do so, but it was last off of a Hope midfielder, so it's a throw-in for O'Shea, and then again, this time out at midfield, O'Shea just takes a second throw-in, went over the head of Evans, and so it trickles back for a pickup by the Blue Wave keeper. A quick 20 seconds into the match, first goal scored, and since then, it's been a lot of back-forth play in the middle of the pitch as the Falcons trying to break free of what has become a back six being played by the Blue Wave, and now running in and colliding there were two of the forwards, and that looked to be number 6, Reyes Perez, for Hope. They ran into DeFazio. DeFazio goes 1v1 here with Hernandez. Comes back out. Trickles through to midfield where that's finally taken by Morales. Left it open, and Thibodeau was a little off position, had to track back quickly. Instead, it gets picked up by Reyes Perez. Drops that one back. An opportunity for Orlana on the outside line. Inside for Ramirez. Still working on that outside touchline. Got it all the way across on a crossing opportunity for Dorosario, and it pops out. That one scatters in, and a skip into the hands of Izzy for the save. Game 2 of the doubleheader evening. Cranston West Falcons girls team got a 4-1 victory over Coventry to complete Game 1. Falcons football back in action this Saturday. A 2 p.m. kickoff time away at Burrillville. We will have that game action for you right here on Fans Only Sports Network starting at 2 p.m. Doubleheader action on Friday from Bristol, Rhode Island. Mount Hope boys soccer against Cranston East. That will kick off at 4 p.m. And then the Mount Hope Huskies football team taking on the Westerly Bulldogs. That game set to kick at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information, and game schedules, check out Fans Only Sports. That's fansonlysportz.com. Evans works this one through the center of the pitch and is popped out off of the shin of a midfield player, looked to be Malaku. Rolling for one was Cavallaro. Coming out to it was Cortez Castro and kicks it away, and it's going to be a deep lower third throw-in for the Falcons, and a stoppage of play from the referee for a second, and they're actually going to say it's going to be Hope ball. All right, throw-in for Hope goes right off of the side of the head of Fernandez, and back into the lower third again for the Falcons. This one pops up in the center of the pitch and then is tapped down by Raspallo. Raspallo back to it again, this time booting it through. It was over both Thibodeau and Fay. Back pass there from Orlana, and Cortez Castro sends it forward. Locked in the middle of the pitch is Julian Orlana in a battle across with Samiami. Out of play right at center field. And a whistle and a stoppage of play as we're going to get a substitution. First substitution of the match that we've seen for Hope. Cranston West, a very deep bench. Certainly plenty of opportunity for them to use subs, and we'll see how that develops as the game goes on. In a game setup like this, where you have one team clearly over top of the other team in terms of both record and style of play, like the girls' game, we may see a lot of subs towards the back end of the second half, as that one just passed Cavallaro. No offsides called. To the outside here and moved along. Evans tries to work that one as they send it Hope into the back line. Center back sliding through, trying to pull it off with Cavallaro. He comes free with the ball, sends that one forward, trying to get it onto the outside for DeFazio. DeFazio crossing shot, saved right out in front, score! Nate Evans was right there on the back door, and as DeFazio's shot was deflected off of the hands of Cortez Castro, Evans was able to put it away. It's 2-0 Falcons. So a brace from Nate Evans, and now the Falcons can settle a little bit more into this first half, as we're just shy of halfway through. Sent forward, and it flicks off of the head of Mason Ashe. Throw in by the Blue Wave. Comes back, and then this one is run into by Dorasario, but it comes off of Ashe. So another throw in. Trying to get it into the 6. It lands right onto the boot of Prius, and he sends that one out wide. Evans, who scored the goal, traces forward as he tries to affect the center backs for the Blue Wave. To the outside touchline for Hernandez. Back to the center here, flicked up and then now controlled by Fay as he turns the opposite direction. Fay bothered there by Chicas. Controls it, sends it back and now forward, all the way forward as they tried to release DeFazio. This one is a leading pass. Cavallaro right there. He's onside. Cavallaro across. It's in for a goal. Christopher Cavallaro puts the third one on the board right here in the first 20 minutes of action. And that deep Cranston West Falcons bench that we mentioned a few moments ago, we may start to see at the halftime break. They'll have a 10-minute halftime break to talk things over, and we'll have to see how many players off of this roster we will see differently. There is no JV game that has to be played tonight, so the Falcons do have the multitude of their JV roster available as well, and that helps to create the deep bench. As this one will kick outside the line and it will be a Falcons throw. Back into the final third. And kicked forward. Rosario has tracked back into a midfield position now comes back up into the center forward. So Hope trying to press high, but also sit back through the midfield. And the Falcons are finding a way to break this one out. Tips off of the foot of Prius, goes back to Izzy. Does not pick it up on the back pass. Of course, he cannot, as it would be a foul. And so he continues forward. For Thibodeau in the midfield. Brings it down and then sends it back forward. This one drops over top. Evans, 1v1, and he gets rolled off of the ball by Menkos. Christopher Menkos getting into action finally from the center back position. $20 and change left to go here in the first half. Already 3 goals on the board for the Falcons, and we thank you for tuning in this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. A free kick given here for obstruction in the center of the pitch. And the Blue Wave will have an opportunity to try to send one deep. Big kick, bounces over top of everyone, will be shepherded out of play as trying to run for it was Dylan Urizar. Izzy will take that one for the 6. Izzy thought for a second about long, went short. Falcons are going to play this one progressively out of the backfield. Reiner sends that one back and then tries to come forward, but it's taken off and then played forward by Orlana. Pops back out for Chicas. Running play here, getting it right before the touchline and tracking back is Donasario. That's cleared out of danger by the Falcons defense. Getting his jersey pulled the whole entire way and getting his jersey completely pulled, and that may very well be a card. Vincent Merlino had a hard run there and had his jersey completely pulled over his body. They do not give the card, but they will give a free kick to the Falcons. It will come from about the 21 on the football line. Spinning kick lands to Merlino, pops right back out in front, and sitting right there was an opportunity for the Falcons, and it gets booted away. Jacob Murray was right there. This one pulled down in the box is coming across for it. Looked to be Thibodeau. Murray.
Autofocus. It's just once you put it back, it'll balance. Not you. The camera. Yeah. Yeah.
This one's going to come across to the outside touchline. Hits into the body of a attacking Blue Wave player in Orlana, and then is kicked all the way back out. Hernandez drops down for Orlana. Comes across from Malaku. And right in front, and that one is going to get a card likely this time, as Merlino is again grabbed, and this time the card does come out. So yellow card issued to Malaku, and that will be a free kick. And that one will bounce right in front and be scooped by Cortez Castro. High into the air, dropping down at the center and right in front of Kyle Fay. Comes across, ping-ponging through multiple Cranston West midfielders, and then trying to control it along the touchline there is Murray. He's sent back in by Shea. It's controlled in the back third. Moved through by Frias. For Fay, and then continued forward, and trying to get there is Merlino. Merlino in a 1v1 battle. He can't come away with it, and it pops back out, and it will be moved by the Blue Wave, but only as far as the center of the field, where it will be tapped off by Raspallo. Uncontrollable ball from Murray goes past the outstretched foot of Orlana. Scooped up by Cortez Castro, and he will have time and space to distribute this one as he tries to move his teammates forward. Again, another long boot. This one's going to come right down in the center of the circle. Pops out onto the foot of Julian Orlana. Now controlled by the Falcons midfield as they switch fields for Jacob Morales on the outside. Morales. Thibodeau. Just offside. Fast approaching was Jacob Murray. Blue Wave trying to get through this Cranston midfield. They can only get as far as midfield before Thibodeau takes it away. Once again controlled here by Thibodeau after it came off of Morales. Pops back up here in the center for Chicas. Cross to the outside touchline. Morales will work this one as he has Lugacy on the outside. And it goes just outside. Brendan Lugacy in the game for the Falcons, first time this evening for him. Merlino works this one back. Raspallo controls it on the backside corner and then sends it forward. It's going to bounce free for a second, and trying to get there was Murray. Instead, it's a spinning ball that was sitting in front of both Merlino and Lugacy, neither of them able to get it, and it shepherded off, and we were going to get a substitution for the Falcons as Kyle Fay will exit, and it will be Mason Harris entering the game for the Falcons, and they have already gone to the JV side of the roster. As we mentioned, with there being no JV game, we felt that in a game like this, we would likely see some of the JV players get a chance to taste varsity soccer. Thought more in the second half, but a 3-0 lead here in the first half has already sent us into the backside of the page. Merlino controls here in the center, can look to the left or right to release outside. Goes back to Raspallo, comes back up through the center for Thibodeau, and then it rolls off of Thibodeau's shoulders, so it comes back down onto the foot of Julian Orlana. Orlana works alongside here through the center of the pitch with his brother, Douglas Orlana. And then it comes back into the back third, controlled at center back by Noriega. Daker Noriega substituted in as the center back now for the Blue Wave. This one goes forward for Lugacy. Lugacy in the corner sends one across, and it sat right up, and an opportunity there sitting for both Merlino and Murray, and neither could get to it. So the Falcons trying to put a fourth one on the board here in the waning stages of the first half. As we approach towards 10 minutes left to go, and for anyone who has ever played or knows soccer pretty well, coaches will tell you the worst two segments of a half are the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes, unless you come out of it positively, as Cranston did. The Cranston West Falcons putting 3 goals on the board within the first 15 minutes of the game. First one 20 seconds in, and they sit 3-0. This will be a 6 for the Blue Wave. Goes to the center of the pitch where it's controlled for a second by Julian Orlana. Outside for Chicas. Through the middle. And this one will come all the way back. It will be shepherded along in the backside line. They did not clear it out, and Hope has an opportunity here. Rosario trying to control it on the right-hand side. Goes out of play. Will be a throw-in from Chicas. To the center. Turning and firing one was Reyes Perez, and he couldn't get it. Izzy to the touchline for Morales. That one along in the center for Thibodeau. Then for Reiner. Reiner tries to release one forward for Merlino. Vinny Merlino with a run here. Merlino can tap one across. He gets slid underneath, and it's knocked away for a corner, as tracking back hard was Decker Noriega. And they're going to call out of all of that only a corner kick. And the corner sent right into the 6. Drops down in front and then will be cleared out by the Blue Wave back line. Morales finally taps that one for control, brings it to the outside. There is a Blue Wave player down at the center of the pitch. Now finally rolling over and getting up is De Rosario. Thibodeau The outside for Del Rosario, who seems to have recovered. That's De La Roca. De La Roca, Rosario, and Reyes Perez working the front three for the Blue Wave as Izzy sends this one all the way into his offensive side of the field. It is tapped back. Thibodeau works it to the outside line. Controlled on the touchline and then moved forward here as they put it onto the foot of Luke Reiner. Reiner comes back across. Mason Harris sends that one all the way through for Murray, and it goes out, and it will be a deep throw-in or a 6. They're going to say it was across the end line, so it's going to be a 6 for the Blue Wave. Substitution here for the Falcons as they will take Morales off the pitch. And they have gone again to the backside of the page and Antonio Sanchez. So 2 JV players substituted into the game here for the Falcons. In the final 8 to go here in the first half, we thank you for tuning in this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by Manny's Sports, located at 1725 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island, now reopened Wednesday through Saturday. For more information, visit mannysports.com. By Second Time Around Sports, located at 453 Atwood Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Second Time Around Sports, Rhode Island's largest selection of sporting goods. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 60,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports for high school athletes looking to play at the next level. Be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign up for your profile today, featuring an all-new fall special of just $199 for the first 12 months of service. 6 and change remaining. If you tuned in late, you may have missed the first goal of the game. It was 20 seconds into the match, off of the foot of Jordan Thibodeau, and that set the Falcons flying away. As this one's going to go high and over top of the crossbar, as Hope was taking a chance to break one back. A deep kick that came from the digging foot of Johnny Reyes Perez. Izzy set for a 6. Takes that one short, and Cranston West will again play progressive backfield ball to the midfield. No one there on the overlap run position, and so it gets tapped off by Ramirez. Finally taken and controlled here up the touchline for a moment was Antonio Sanchez. Sanchez will take the throw-in to the center. And then finally sent back across as Hope tried to switch field for a second. And instead it comes back for Ramirez. Thibodeau through the middle for Reiner. Heel flick there. Gets it to Merlino. Thibodeau on the overlap, and it does not reach him, and it is cleared out of play. And offside called as a little too far in front of that was Julian Orlana. As we tick down towards 5 minutes left to go here in this first half. And the Falcons in a commanding 3-0 lead. Reaching for it there and unable to get it. They're going to say it's a Hope throw in as Lugacy was trying to get for it and may have just deflected off of his shin guard. Center of the pitch, Reiner works that one to the backside. Raspallo comes across. Falcons switch through. They're trying to go back to Reiner in the center. Has to get controlled. Instead, it lands onto the foot of Orlana. Julian Orlana and Douglas Orlana playing pass with each other, and it is taken over by the Falcons, and this time they're going to release Merlino. Merlino on the outside line. He tips over top of another Hope defender. And Merlino's now going to go 1v1, nutmegs right through, and then can't control the backside of it. Sanchez comes across for Orlana. As barreling through are a few different Hope forwards, but standing right there in the backside line was Raspallo. Izzy able to get that one on the pass play that looked more like a pass than it did a shot. Reiner to the outside line. This one is tapped off of the chest of a Hope center back and then now is controlled one more time. No, I don't think so.
Another ball? It didn't? Okay.
I don't think it did. Did it? Maybe.
I thought it did. It looked like it went into the crowd.
Ball's bouncing off the track into the stands, perhaps. This one comes back. Evans had a second for it. Check that. My apologies. It's number 4 in white. It should be Douglas Orlana. Backside here for Frias. Sends that one forward off the head of Reiner. Murray, for a second, thought about it. They came back. Reiner tried to go to Merlino, couldn't get it fully through to him. And the final 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Sanchez continues that one forward. Long ball booted all the way back. Hay was tracking back for it, and Aiden Hay almost was able to turn that one from the backfield position. Throw in here for the Blue Wave. And that one deflects off of Frias and will be a corner kick, first of the match for the Blue Wave. As the referee takes a look at his stopwatch as we come close towards the end of the first half. Of course, they do have the official time is not our score clock, nor is it the stadium score clock. It is actually the referee's watch on the field as Izzy has to track that one. Sanchez rolling through here on the touchline, runs out of real estate as he was trying to turn that one around and release Lugacy on the outside line. Referee takes a look again at his watch as we come down towards what should be the final whistle here in a roughly about 10 seconds time. And the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead to the 10-minute halftime break. This is Douglas Orlana with what should be the last kick of the first half. They set this one. Whistle sounds. Orlana boots this one. Curling ball bounces up. Izzy makes the save and will quickly toss that one to the outside line. And the whistle does sound, and it brings us to the end of the first half of action. So we've come to the end of the first half of play. We'll have 40 minutes left to go in the second half, but it is a definitive 3-0 victory so far by the Cranston West Falcons over the Hope Blue Wave. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back. You're watching Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network.
Got it! An arrow shot and a celly.
Gets taken down on the play, no call made. Pops out to the blue line. Picked up here by Giuliano. Giuliano gets fluttered out of the play. Oh, and a backhanded shot and a score by number 11, Colin Wall.
Working around the end board, down deflecting off the side that only gets as far as the blue line. Fire back in! Right up into the play. Now again, another shot by Hogan. He fired one, heading off the edge. A big hit down in the corner there between Barrett and a score! Right off the hit. The kick scores! CJ LeClaire ties it! His shot saved by Schroeder. Wrap around, shot, score! Kansas with the puck for a second, fires it, goes right inside, right in front of the score! On the power play, Josie hits the back star who has lost his stick in the process. They fire at him. Hang on to your hats, folks. It's 3-2 with 1 second.
And it's picked up again here and fired in by Moretti. The Hendricken offense. And deep blue line, Reckon Wester.
He makes the save, and it comes back out for DeSoto. DeSoto works through, and he has it into the goal. A backcourt Gypsy 2, and
Kenzie McKenzie fires one on save by Carr. 24 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 5-10 remaining in the play. There's a shot, the score. Short-handed by Ollie.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Hamish regains right at the top of the circle, and clicks off at a goal.
that pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons. No, another shot on goal. Right over the top. Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Hamish regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons. No, another shot on goal.
As we welcome you back inside Cranston High School West Stadium's second half action underway between the Cranston West Falcons and the Hope Blue Wave. Cranston 3 goals in the first half. First one 20 seconds into the match. And it has been since then all Falcons for the first 40 with 40 left to go. And they have gone to the backside of the sheet, quote unquote, which is their JV roster, and already pulled in Mason Harris and Antonio Sanchez from the roster, and we'll see who else may come in to play. Nate Evans, one of the goal scorers, works here with the aforementioned Hay. That one goes to the outside line. Morales, and it flutters to the sideline and out of play. It's going to be a throw in for the Blue Wave. Blue Wave in the all-white kits with the blue lettering and numbers. Cranston West in the all-red with the white stripe across the center. I think white numbers on the back. Cranston West moving from left to right on your broadcast screen. This one comes back where it is sent forward by Harris. Coming up for it here is a Shea. Through the center of the field, Menkos takes off of the play and controls for the Blue Wave. Big boot, and that one's going to go wide of everything and outside of the byline, and will be a 6 for Angelo Izzy and the Falcons. Tonight's second half action on Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Second Time Around Sports, located at 453 Atwood Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Second Time Around Sports, Rhode Island's largest selection of sporting goods. By Manny Sports, located at 1725 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Now reopen Wednesday through Saturday. For more information, visit mannysports.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 60,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports for high school athletes looking to play at the next level. Be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign up for your profile today, featuring an all-new fall special of just $199 for the first 12 months of service. To the outside line for Dylan Urizar. Again, as it bounces off of the foot of Orlana and then kicked out of play, and it will be a Falcons throw. Shea tried to send that one forward. Comes down in the center for Fay. To the outside, Samiami. Sammy works it forward here. Finds it onto the foot of Thibodeau. Sends that one forward and just out of the ability to get there. As it's tracked back for Cavallaro. And Evans at the center, and offside is Nate Evans. Sixth game of the season for the Falcons. 3-1-1 coming into the game. Have about 9 games left to go in the regular season after today. They will play on Friday at Lincoln. Game time 6 p.m. before being back here on next Tuesday, October 5th, against the Mount Hope Huskies. Nine games left to go in the regular season for the Falcons. For Hope, they will have about 9 games left to go in their regular season as well. Check that, it will be 8. They will play Friday, 4 p.m. away to West Warwick before they will face off against the Lincoln Lions at home next Tuesday, 4:30. And then they will see the Mount Hope Huskies away on October 7th. So common opponents coming up for both the Falcons and the Blue Wave over the course of the next week as we saunter our way towards the end of October and the Rhode Island High School playoffs. In the backside line, shooting one across it, hit the inside corner and popped out. Almost a 4th goal for the Falcons as a crossing ball was headed for the upper 90, and it found the inside of the post and came out to the right. Into the left would have been a goal. And that will be one that will be thought about for the remaining 34 minutes of this game. As a corner kick opportunity coming up here for the Falcons. Booted ball comes into the center, coming through and in for a goal. So Thibodeau will plate that one. It will be his 2nd of the night and will be the necessary 4th goal. I'll check that. It may actually have been Kyle Fay that got it. It is Kyle Fay in the center. So we'll credit that goal to Kyle Fay. So it's going to be 1-1. All things being said, 4-0 Falcons with 33 and change left to go here in regulation. And there is no question where this game is headed to in about 33 minutes of time, as the Falcons have dominated every aspect of the game. Comes back for Cortez Castro. To the center of the pitch. Moved along here by Hay. It's Mason Harris. All the way back here for Hope. Looking for a striking opportunity. Ball flicks off of the side of the foot. And there is a downed player at the center of the 18 area. And now he is back up, and we're going to get a free kick situation for the Blue Wave from about 20 yards out. And they're going to make substitutions as well, too. Hope has players lined up on the touchline, and now there's another Blue Wave player is actually down at the center, and they're going to attend to him. So as the training staff comes out and attends to the Blue Wave player at the center, that's Mauricio Alvarez. Alvarez is taken up. So they will make substitutions here for the Blue Wave as Alvarez comes off the field. And to all proceedings will be the free kick from about 20 yards out. Cranston has everybody but one player back. This one is sent right to the line. Izzy has to pop that one up and then makes a second save. Angelo Izzy coming up tall there as Hope almost broke the clean sheet. Long boot for Izzy. Was trying to get over top for Nate Evans, who was directly behind. This one's going to track back into the middle again. That's Ronald Hernandez there. Carlaro to the outside. Nobody there for the overlap. Having to go for it himself is going to be DeFazio. DeFazio gets there and makes the overlap of the defender. DeFazio comes across all the way back through Cavallaro on the opposite side. No goal. We stay at 4-0 as Cavallaro almost put another one in. Back into the center of the pitch as they try to work this one through is Shea for Samiami. Turned and then sent down through the outside alley. Cavallaro had no one there on the overlap with him. Controlled for a second by Cortez Castro. Shea. In the center, and then that one is whistled down by the referee. And we're going to get a free kick. Noriega. Comes out at center, and so a throw in for the Falcons. Trying to get it there for Nate Evans. Goes off of him, tracks back into the center. Hope trying to take over on the outside line. Menkos trying to release there. To the backside again. And pushed out by Chicas. Through the midfield, Dylan Urzar. Long throw that only gets as far as Nate Evans in the backfield. Bounces around for Samiami. Shea flicks that one forward, lands on to the outstretched foot there up front was Raspallo. And Aiden DeSimone, if I saw the 13 correctly, it may have checked into the game here. For the Falcons, they have gone to the backside page and bringing multiple JV players into the game. That is number 13, DeSimone out there. Playing in the right center of the field. So that now counts 3 JV players who have gotten varsity time in tonight's game, and a game that you would want to do it would be one like this. Chicas to throw in here for the Blue Wave. And an offside called. A beautiful evening in Cranston, Rhode Island that has produced some beautiful colors on sunset to the outside of our broadcast position. As you can see, the purple hues as we've just crossed 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. A little bit lighter. Yeah, it looks good. Huh? Yeah. And a offside on the reverse direction for the Falcons, and this one will create a opportunity from about the 18, kicked in by the Blue Wave. Back to the center of the pitch. And then worked along the outside touchline again. Tapped back, crossed in, and that one goes just wide as an opportunity there from DeFazio. Cortez Castro will set this one for a 6, tracking back for a second as Chicas. And Chicas will take the kick. Faye. Back again. Moved through the center by Aiden Hay. Side for Mason Shea. Goes in for Evans across again, and DeFazio had an opportunity on the backside post. And now sliding for a tackle and forcing a ball out of play. Free kick here for the Blue Wave. Comes all the way across on the switch field opportunity. Deflects off of the head of a Falcons forward. As the Falcons have pulled everyone back. Playing in a 4-3-3. And now trying to release down the outside line. Big run here. It's going to bounce a little too far ahead of Morales. And go to Cortez Castro. Falcons content to shepherd this one with a 4-goal lead. First goal, one of the quickest that we've probably seen here on Fans Only Sports Network, 20 seconds into the match. And a obstruction call as no advantage was being able to be obtained by the Blue Wave. High kick, Izzy with the saves. It dropped right in. Big boot coming down Scooped up by Evans. Little heel flick forward. Gets it onto the foot of DeFazio. DeFazio tries to fight through 3 Wave defenders and then finally is taken off of the ball, and Hernandez moves it forward. Cavallaro works with DeFazio. Switches to the outside. Coming back across the center. Shot that hit off of the side of the head of Noriega, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Falcons. Looks to be Samiami to go over and take the kick with about 23 and change left to go. Big kick by Samiami right in front on the corner. Goes far to the outside, and it's going to go across the end line, and they're going to say a 6. High kick here. Controlled back in the center. Bounces back for Raspallo. Comes up for Cavallaro as he tries to release Evans on the outside. Evans crossing one, glances it off of the 90 again. Nate Evans has tried to go for that upper corner twice now in the last 10 minutes, and he's been on the inside of it, the outside of it, but hasn't been able to put it into the goal. And Nate Evans has 1 on the score sheet already tonight, so he's looking for a second. 3 different goal scorers on the evening, creating the 4 goals for the Falcons. Fay. Here on the outside, did he go off of the touchline? He did, and so it's going to be a ball out of bounds and a Hope throw. Down on the center side of the field, and then finally held for a second. Hope trying to do anything they can to break through this Cranston back line. Cranston throw. Sent forward. Trying to release Nate Evans again. It's tied up in the midfield there. Fay is open, gets the tap. Looked to turn it, couldn't do so, and it's turned back across. Reyes Perez works here through to Orlana for the Blue Wave. Orlana in a tie-up there, and he's dispossessed. Comes back across for Deleon Urazar. Chicas. Noriega. Then alongside to Hernandez for Orlana. Orlana sends one that loops over top, and it goes skipping before it finally is picked up by Izzy. Big boot by Izzy sends this one all the way across. This is going to go on the opposite side of the circle, and then we'll be there for Evans. Fay. A little too slow to control there, and it has to be tracked back before it's picked up by Mason Harris. Now moved by Hope on the near sideline. That's Julian Orlana, number 10. Along with Menkos. Throw-in coming up in the lower third for the Blue Wave. Kicks that one back, and it's going to come back out of play. It'll be throw-in one more time. Falcons defense trying to hold strong here. 4 on the backside line. Playing 4 through the midfield. Defense is going to move it to the midfield, and Fay will take it here. Fay is taken off of the play by Reyes Perez. and then goes to try to take him back off of the play, and then does so this time taking down the approaching Christopher Menkos. Orlana on the outside line. Needs to work to the byline here and see if he can get a crossing play. He does. It comes right across, and that one glanced right at the crossbar. Just over top, and a 6 coming up for Angelo Izzy and the Falcons. $18 and change left to go here in regulation. A commanding 4-0 Falcons lead. Four goals seems to be the line for the Falcons today. Cranston West Falcons girls team getting a 4-1 victory over Coventry on the field here at the Nest just before this boys game took place, kicking off roughly about an hour and 20 minutes ago. In the backside line here, sent forward. Fay, opportunity there if he stepped up to it. Does not, and it's tapped back by the Blue Wave defense. Menkos worked that one. It's going to trickle its way towards midfield and be a Falcons throw. Morales back there. Takes the throw, gets it deep, and will be booted again by the Blue Wave defense, content to try to clear any long balls that potentially come in. And a whistle here and potentially a substitution, or no, they're just going to say the throw-in was done improperly, so they're going to go back and do it one more time. That one will flicker out and will be kept actually in right on the touch line. Opportunity here. That one pops up over top. It will be shepherded to the end line and out of play. Deleon Orozar, an opportunity there. And now substitutions abound for the Falcons as 3 will enter into the game. And we'll see if they've gone further to the back side of the page. They have, as it's number 7, Colin Kanjari. Number 9 is Luke Reiner entering back into the game, so he's on the front side as a varsity player. As the ball continues to ping-pong through the center. Menkos sends one hard. Izzy had to think about that one for a second, and then it came on the back side of the net. Off of the foot of Ajimobi. And they're going to say Izzy may have gotten a hand to it as he did. So that second shot even was a save, a tip save by Izzy, and it's going to be a corner for the Blue Wave. Big kick right up top. Comes back down, cleared out by the Falcons. And all of them, all 10 of them, as the only player forward up at around about the 40-yard line was Nate Evans. The Falcons have dropped back into a 9-1 contained defense. It's leaving 2 players inching forward, and that would be Reiner and Evans. Here's a kick, and that one's going to go left side of Izzy, right side of the cage from our broadcast position and out of play. And more substitutions for the Falcons as Evans will exit and Vinny Merlino will re-enter. 14 and change left to go here in regulation. Thank you for tuning in this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. Our next broadcast day will be a slew of broadcasts on Friday. will be in Bristol, Rhode Island for Mount Hope Huskies with a doubleheader of two different sports. Mount Hope boys soccer facing off against the Cranston East Thunderbolts at 4 p.m. And then the Mount Hope Huskies football team takes on the Westerly Bulldogs at 7 p.m. You can catch all that action right here on fansonlysports.com. Saturday will be in Burrillville as the Cranston West Falcons football team take on the Burrillville Broncos. That game slated for a 2 p.m. kickoff. And then something brand new on Sunday as we expand our college sports coverage further. The Providence College Club women's soccer team will take on Massachusetts Institute of Technology. That game to kick off at 11 a.m. Eastern Time right here on fansonlysports.com. And that is a special game for the PC women's teams. That is their final game of the regular season, as this one is shot in hard and Izzy makes a save. And a thank you to Providence College Athletics Department and the Club Sports Department for all their work and support in pulling things together here in the falls. We started Providence College hockey season the other night. URI hockey season starting next weekend will be at Boss Ice Arena as the University of Rhode Island men's ice hockey team take on the University of Pittsburgh Panthers October 8th, 7 p.m. face-off. Game 2 of that series will be the 9th at 4 p.m. Settles in here for Douglas Orlana. Turns that one back for his brother, Julian Orlana. Tracked back into the Cranston West defensive zone and will just be shepherded out of play by Frias. 11 and change left to go. Today's game is brought to you by Second Time Around Sports, located at 453 Atwood Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Second Time Around Sports, Rhode Island's largest selection of sporting goods. By Manny's Sports, located at 1725 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island, now reopened Wednesday through Saturday. For more information, visit mannysports.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 60,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign up for your profile today, featuring an all-new fall special of just $199 for the first 12 months of service. Big kick here by the Hope Blue Wave. That one curls hard and will go just wide of the net from Christopher Menkos. And change left to go here in regulation. 4 goals by the Falcons, 3 in the first half. As this one's going to go through the uprights of the football field and will be a 6 for the Falcons. Still absolutely amazed at 20 seconds into the game, first goal for the Falcons. Quick start. And they have been on the gas since. Hope trying to break through any way that they possibly can. Instead, it's taken out by Merlino to the outside for Reiner. And then this one is sent forward. Stretching forward there was Mason Shea, and that one is kicked aside instead by Cortez Castro. Sliding for it was Frias. Merlino loses hold of that one, and it goes out of play. So a throw-in on the near sideline for Chicas. Could not be controlled by Orlana. Over top for Dylan Stewart, who has come into the game for the first time tonight as the Falcons continue to go deep into their bench. Shea has switched to the near side from our broadcast position now. Likely with the insertion of Dylan Stewart into the game. Ball out of play is going to set up a corner. And play here at the center, and that will be whistled down in a stoppage by the referees, and we're going to get a card issued. And it's going to be to Jonathan Frias. So Frias picks up a card. And we play on forward. New rule in high school soccer this year, one of the test rules being put in play by FIFA at some of the international levels, and then U.S. Soccer has decided to put that in as well, which is the quote-unquote penalty rule. Any player picking up a card has to actually go off of the field until the next available plot of substitution for their respective team. And we'll see how long that one stays, as it's already caused a lot of consternation for coaches. It's almost like putting a player into a 5-minute penalty when they don't need a 5-minute penalty. It's just a card. Still to that being, Frias off the field for the moment. They do not play a man down. They do get to make a substitution in, so not the same as a penalty in ice hockey, but to an extent, you're taking a key player off the field like Frias. Right in front here with an opportunity and scooting one forward was Reyes Perez, and Angelo Izzy right there to make the save. Center of the pitch here, controlled for a second by Orlana. Cranston West tries to throw that one into the backside line. Jacob Murray on a run there will be just kicked away by Cortez Castro. In the center, stepping over top of it is a Shea. Sends that one into the backside line. Aiden DeSimone. Turnover picked up by Menkos. On the outside, and a shot across by Orlana, and that one just goes wide. And now a bench substitution for Hope, as they will bring 4 players into the game. 2 players getting ready for the Falcons to enter the game. As Hope, seeing 5.5 minutes left on the clock, are going to let just about every player who's still on the bench be able to get some time in. To the center here, chested down. Comes back across for Malaco. Orlana up front, and then that one is flicked on, and it only hits the Cranston defense and comes all the way back out to the center. Murray had it go through his wickets to the outside touch line. And a whistle, and they're going to say it's going to be a throw-in. And Chicas will take the throw. Orlana. Defended hard here by Murray. Goes into the body of a Shea, and so that one will come back out. And now here with a run through the center, can release the Falcons. They'll send it out to Merlino on the outside. Has Jacob Murray on a switch. Got it just over top of both the head of him and Jordan Thibodeau. And so it will be scooped up by Cortez Castro. Merlino tracked all the way back into the center circle and somehow dispossessed that one from the Hope midfielder. That's a 40-yard run for Vinny Merlino to be able to get back and take off that play. Reiner. Merlino. Can release Murray to the outside. Goes back across again into the center. Reiner takes a crack at it. Pops one off of his head, and then that one rolls back into the hands of Cortez Castro, as it looked to be Jordy Chacon was there as well, or was that Dylan Stewart? Both players listed as number 15, so we're not entirely sure who that might be. As they've gone to the JV side of the page already a couple of times this evening. This one's going to skip forward, and Murray is going to be called offside. Drops down. Orlana. Back into the center. And then kicked all the way back out into the lower third for the Falcons offensively, and then trying to come back for it. Merlino is right there in a tussle. Coming to the better of it is Vinny Merlino as he went toe-to-toe with Ronald Hernandez. On the far side, Brendan Lugacy, and he ran out of real estate. As we approach the 2-minute mark left to go here in the second half, and more substitutions for the Falcons as they are going to switch the bench completely. And it's just about everybody who has not played in this game yet has now found a spot of time on the field. Stewart. Thibodeau. Has it back. Takes a dance over top of Hernandez. Comes back across again. Stewart was right there. So was Lugacy on the opposite side. No touch by either. It goes out off of a Hope defender. Back in for Stewart. Merlino. Turns to the outside. Sends one for Thibodeau. Turn again here by Reiner. Luke Reiner works one more time. And that one is tipped away by Noriega and sent to the outside. The referee has looked at his watch once, but still about a minute left to go here in regulation. An easy 4-0 scoreline for the Falcons. They will go to 4-1-1 on the season. Hope will fall to 0-7 when all proceedings are concluded. Thibodeau. Outside line for Stewart. Stewart crosses that one back across the goal mouth, and then it's kicked away by a couple of different defenders on the backside. Orlana works to the center of the pitch as Hope carries across, comes back to the outside touchline. It is out of the ability of Orlana, and so it will stay for the Falcons to be a throw. To the center, and that is it. They're going to call it. So the Falcons have put the bow on a 4-0 victory. They go to 4-1-1 on the season. The Blue Wave will fall to 0-7. And we thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Fans Only Sports Network. For all of us here at Fans Only Sports, good night.